Last week, I showed you how to spot red flags inside your child's draft IEP, things like zombies, goals, and copy and paste present levels. If you missed that video, I'll link it above. But what about when the IEP actually looks good? The goals seem right, the accommodations are listed, everybody agreed at the meeting. So why does it still feel like your child isn't getting what they need? Today, we're going beyond the paperwork. These are 5 signs your child's IEP isn't working. Not because of what's written in it, but because of what's happening in the classroom. Red flag number 1, your child's teacher doesn't know what's in the IEP. Here's a simple test. At your next parent-teacher conference or even in an email, ask your child's general education teacher, "Can you tell me what accommodations are in my child's IEP?" Simple question. If they hesitate, if they say, "I'd have to look it up," or if they name something that isn't even in there, you have a major implementation problem. It doesn't mean the teacher is a bad person. It means the system broke down somewhere between that IEP meeting and the classroom. Here's what to do. Send a friendly email to the teacher and the case manager. Something like, "I just want to make sure we're all on the same page about the accommodations in Junior's IEP. Here's a summary of what was agreed to. Attach the accommodations page, keep it collaborative, keep it in writing." Red flag number 2, your child's behavior is telling you something is wrong, even if they can't say it in words. Are they melting down after school more than usual? Refusing to do homework? Complaining about a class they used to like? Are they regressing in skills they had before? These aren't just bad days. When you see a pattern, that's your child telling you that something at school isn't working. And it might be that the IEP looks fine on paper, but the support isn't matching what they actually need in the moment. Here's what to do. Start a simple log, just a note on your phone each evening. Date what you noticed, what your child said. After 2 or 3 weeks, you'll either see a pattern or you won't. If you do, that log becomes your most powerful tool at the next IEP meeting. It's hard to dismiss a parent who shows up with 3 weeks of written observations. Red flag number 3. You ask how your child is doing, and all you get is, "They're doing fine." That might feel reassuring, but it's not progress monitoring. You deserve actual data. How is the goal being measured? How often? What do the numbers show? Is the trend going up, flat, or down? If your child has a goal to read 80 words per minute by the end of the school year, you should be able to see a chart showing where they started, where they are now, and whether they're on track. Here's what to do. Request progress monitoring data. Not just at the annual review, but at least every quarter. Many states require it in the IEP. And when you get the report, look for the trend line. Flat for more than 1 reporting period? That's your signal to request a meeting to talk about changing the approach, because what they're doing isn't working. Red flag number 4. The accommodations exist in the IEP, but not in your child's daily life. This is probably the one I hear about the most. Extended time on test, but your child says they never get it. Preferential seating, but they're in the back of the room. Access to a quiet space, but nobody told them where it is. Remember, an IEP is a legal document. It's not a wish list. If it's written in there, it must be implemented. Here's what to do. Have an age-appropriate conversation with your child. Do you get extra time on your test? Where do you sit? Do you know where your quiet space is? Write down what they tell you, with dates. If there's a gap between what's in the IEP and what's actually happening, bring that documentation to the team. You're not being difficult. You're holding the team accountable to what they already agreed to. And red flag number 5, you share your concerns at meetings, but they never show up in the IEP. This one is sneaky because it doesn't feel like a crisis. You mentioned that your child struggles with transitions. You ask for specific support. The team nods, and then you get the final IEP and it's not in there. Or you send an email with concerns and nobody responds. Or the meeting feels like it was already decided before you walked in and your role was just to sign. You are an equal member of the IEP team. Your input isn't optional, it's required. Here's what to do. Send your concerns in writing before the meeting. Email the case manager and say, Before our upcoming IEP meeting, I want to make sure these concerns are on the agenda. List them out. Then at the meeting ask, can you show me where my concerns are reflected in this document? And if you need time to review, take the IEP home. You never have to sign at the table. If you watched last week's video, you know how to spot red flags in the document itself. Now you know how to spot when the problem isn't the paperwork. It's what's happening after the meeting ends. And here's the thing. When you combine both skills, you become incredibly effective. You can catch problems in the draft and hold the team accountable to follow through. If you want help doing either of those things, I've got a free IEP meeting checklist that walks you through what to look for before, during, and after every meeting. The link is in the description. And if you want someone to go through your child's IEP with you, line by line, that's exactly what I do in my one-on-one coaching. We sit down together and we play detective. I show you where to look and what to ask. You can find all the details below in the video description. You know your child better than anyone else in that room. Trust that feeling. And when something doesn't feel right, now you know exactly where to look. If you want to learn more about how to collaboratively advocate for your child, subscribe to this channel. And if you know a parent who has a child with a disability, be sure to share this with them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.